Hello everybody, welcome back to Kusogrand8, the Bad Video Game Tournament. Thank you, Kefka40, for resubscribing right before we went on break a little while ago. I very much appreciate that. All of your support helps to keep me fed, helps to keep us on our feet. Honestly, since both Justin and I have lost some employment recently, it does help. It makes a huge difference. Thank you all very much. And if you're not able to support that way, just sharing, following, telling people about the silly things, or heck, making clips, and sharing those, that is more than welcome. Do what you want, have fun. You're allowed to make fun of me as much as you want. I allow that. Just be nice to everybody else a little bit. Little nice. Well, I think Crappy is just about ready for us to head over to the reveal, so Crappy, take us away and don't let Kevin McAllister get you. Ow, he looked hungry. But nope, nobody is feeding Kevin McAllister. The only thing that will be fed is all of our enjoyment. Say hello to GM for game number 2, Kusogrand8. Come on in, Kusogrand8. Let's chat a little bit. Hello there.
Hi, I'm back.
Hey, good to have you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I get to give out another game, and the ones I really wanted to do got vetoed. But I get to give out a game that the players who tested this said, "Oh God, no, why?" So. Today I'm giving out Aliens 3 for the Game Gear.
Oh no! Well, everybody say hello to your worst nightmares. The players will be running away from aliens and trying to survive as much as they can in this apocalyptic hellscape. Whoever manages to do so will take the victory. Whoever comes in last will only get 2 points. And I gotta ask, what are the stakes here? This
is a 10-pointer, so everyone's safe. And because of that, all they get are the controls.
Oh, you haven't given them too much information, huh? That's always fun. Okay. Yeah, chat, you never really know what the players are going to have to deal with. But as it turns out, they're going to deal with aliens, and they're going to like it. Or something. I don't know. They might not like it. Because, you know what? This is Kusogrand8. This is Bad Video Games. We dish out the pain. We give people what they ask for, which is regret.
I do have to warn you personally, though.
Oh, yeah?
One of our players is having internet issues. So I have asked all the players to make sure they're recording for this one.
Perfect. Yeah, we don't stop anybody from playing if they're having internet issues. We do let them make a local recording just in case things die. You never really know when it's going to come down, like when things are going to fall apart. So that is something that's good for us to know about. And y'all, if you are playing in Kusogrand8, make sure you know how to actually set up a local recording, because you will need to do that before you start your match. With that said, I think I have everybody captured. Let's go ahead and jump over there. I don't like any of the aspect ratios of this game. Yeah, and I'm probably going to have to do a little recapturing because Game Gear has a bit of a weird aspect ratio, and I'm just going to try to make everything as similar as possible without messing everything up. But when the demo screen is mostly a black screen, yeah, I can't capture that stuff. That doesn't work very well for me. We'll do better during the actual match. But everybody seems to be fairly patient of how I do. Thank you, everybody in chat. If you're not patient, I'll come and kick your butt.
This game, so do you like collectathons?
No, you know I don't. Like, a collectathon is the worst genre. Like, easel. No, this is probe.
Every level in this, except for maybe 5, you just go around collecting, well, people.
Okay. people as a collectible, always fun. I think I'm ready to begin, and it looks like everybody has their streams in hopefully the right places here. Crown Murray, cookies are yum. The Lupine one and Starman random. Not so random, you always have the same name. Okay.
But I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
Also, your timer still shows the last match.
That's fine. We'll just... It's over! We don't have to watch Aliens. Perfect. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Let's go ahead and go back to the... Okay, never mind. I'm joking.
Man, that was the fastest match ever.
No, we gotta have this. We gotta have video games. Okay? And yeah, Starman is making a note that they are doing a local recording since the video will likely be choppy. That's
okay. The ref who is watching Starman has also been warned about it, so there's that.
Yeah, I'm also letting Starman know that if they want, they can lower the bit rate because, like, even if we don't get the highest quality, having it stutter a little bit less is good. Okay. Yeah, and they already did. Let me go ahead and check. It looks like Cookies Are Yum is ready. Starman is, Crown Murray, and Ralph is ready. We are going to start the countdown. So, Escorian, what would be some good emotes for chat to spam? Obviously, anything alien-related.
Aliens, I guess, flamethrowers, people. Really anything you feel like.
Yeah! So we're doing the countdown now. Best of luck to the players. Spam all of your space emotes. Okay? Yeah, Silver Surfer's good. Alf, he went to space. He came from space.
Yeah, Alf actually is really good because, well, Alf is an alien.
Yeah, he's a weirdo. As soon as I see movement in the stage, I will start our timer. And here we go. Best of luck to the players. Best of luck to me trying to recapture this.
Oh yeah, I forgot the levels had timers. So yeah, each level you have to rescue a certain amount of survivors. Okay. Each level, at the start of the level, it tells you how many you need to rescue. And yeah, so you're just trying to find people scattered throughout the levels.
Oh, where are your people? Where'd they go? Did they go into the sewers?
The best part is when you die, it resets every count. So you have to go through and grab all of them again.
Oh, fun.
But hey, I was nicer this round. When I was testing this, I didn't have continues. Because, again, the continues are located in a funky way.
Okay.
But this time I gave the players the continues. Because there's a lot more levels in this one.
Gotcha. Well, right now, they are all in a very quick start. Obviously, we know which one is having internet problems, and they're making a local recording. Don't worry too much. I know it might be a bit of a headache for one of our referees, and I appreciate you being willing to help out there. I saw chat saying GG. I'm like, did somebody already beat the game? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Someone in chat was asking if this is the Master System version or the Game Gear. Of course, I had to give them the lower quality one. So they get the Game Gear one.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing about this version, Ripley has no hair.
Ripley has no hair? Well, I mean, she doesn't have hair in the movie either, does she?
I'm not sure.
Like, that's a thing in Alien 3. Like, Alien 2, she has shorter hair. The third movie, I believe she has it all cut off. There were some odd complaints from fans who were like, why would you cut her hair off? Blah, blah, blah. Guess what? People are allowed to cut their hair off, okay? Don't stop being nerds.
Oh.
Nah, don't worry. I'm getting stuff fixed, and the stream can't see it. Don't worry.
Oh no, the O was because Cookies only had one person left to rescue and died.
Oh no, Cookies! Cookies are yum!
We actually have a couple people on level 2 already.
Very nice.
Bro's not defending Alien 3.
I've never seen Alien 3. I just know she doesn't have hair. Does that make me a bad person knowing that she doesn't have hair? No.
There's nothing wrong with having no hair.
Yeah, you're allowed to not have hair. You know what? One of the funny things that I've seen lately, I've been watching a lot of The Amazing Race, and a lot of the times they're like, oh, here's this fast forward to skip everything on this leg of the race, and the people have to go and find out what they have to do, and like, sometimes it's been shave your head, and the number of people, the number of women who are like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, it's $1 million. Shave your head. It's $1 million. I would shave my head. Well, I mean, I'm a dude, so like it wouldn't be that big of a deal for me. But like, there was one where they had to get a tattoo, and they got a tattoo, and I'm like, yeah, I would totally get the tattoo. Give me the tattoo. I don't care. Give it to me. Dobby, you're asking if I know how long it takes to grow out a long head of hair. Yeah, I haven't cut my hair in years. Which I might actually do that fairly soon. Yeah, I know how long it takes. It's part of the joy of change as you get, like, I think that it's actually fun to go through the different phases of hair, you know? You can, like, as it grows out, you get to try different styles, and, you know, you go through the ugly phase of it's too long to make it look short, and it's too short to make it look long. It's ugly, and it's kind of fun.
So, it'd be hard for me to shave my head for $1 million, but I'd do it because it's $1 million.
Yeah.
My hair goes down to about the middle of my back right now.
Same. Actually, almost down to my lower back. Like, it's pretty long.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I've got long hair. It's my pandemic haircut, specifically, like, maybe I need to get a haircut in order to actually be like, okay, onto the new era where I am not currently, isolated for years on end, you know? A little bit of a celebration wouldn't hurt, but yeah, I definitely have very long hair. And it's fun. I've really enjoyed it. I'm not extremely attached to it, except I literally am attached to it because it's in my head. But, like, it's been a fun experiment to see how it works. And, yeah, I've enjoyed it. I dyed it bright red as well. Oh, my gosh. Cosmic is talking about what if I cut my hair and shaved my facial hair as well. I do not like how I look without facial hair. It's weird.
I see people talking in chat about lupine resetting instead of using continues. And I haven't seen them make it to level 2 before. And, well, using a continue when you're not even on level 2 doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I would say, especially if they know that there are limited continues, that's something that I would be pretty aware about. Like, is it worth using a continue, or should I go ahead and hit reset? because it doesn't take too long to get back into the game. And as far as I'm aware, it doesn't take too long to get back in if you do reset, like maybe like 5 seconds of screens. This is old school video games, 5 seconds of screens in order to actually have a better attempt is probably a good choice. I think that it's the right call by the Lupine one.
Okay. I think I know what's going on. But, yeah. Someone said they reset in the middle of a level. So I think what they did was bind a reset to, like, a select. So, yeah, if they bound it that way, sorry, But, yeah. This is a Game Gear, so the select or button is normally reset.
Oh, yeah! I had a Game Gear growing up. I don't recall any select button at all, though. I believe that... Oh my gosh! I don't know. I'm just trying to recall. I'd have to actually look at a Game Gear in order to remember what buttons there are. But...
Oh, Chrome.
Yeah, it's pretty limited. Oh yeah, I have the power of Google. Game Gear.
Oh no, they're not... Hey, I will say, they know how to use continues. I told them in the controls. So, the people that aren't using continues, well... my hands are off, I didn't do it.
I mean, if it's listed in the controls, that is fair. You know, besides Escorian, our GM, who decided to be the alien master here, we have various referees, also part of the squad, helping to track the progress here. The referees for this match are Get Away From Her, You Buster Curry. We also have Clade's Hugger, Blastinus Resurrection, Jerry Aris making a backwards b-ball shot. Whoa, that is so cool. And Bees Louise and Zeno Mendez as our backup referees. Thank you, all of you, for helping out to make sure we know how far the players are getting. Of course, Starman's screen is going to be a little bit hard for us to see how far the players have made it, considering how stuttery it is. Yeah, but they're making a local recording, and because of that, if the stream completely drops, we will be able to review it later. Or if it's hard to tell exactly how far they made progress through the game, we can have them upload the entire video so that we can see it. Yeah. Can you imagine Kusogrand8 making people record videos and create content? It's more likely than you'd think. Yeah.
Cookies are Yum got to deal with the enemies in the roof that are just blue dots. Like, that's all you could see of them. And they start grabbing you and damaging you, and it's hilarious.
Stupid blue dots.
None of the players seem to have realized the radar. It's the little battery icon when you're switching through your weapons. If you turn it on, it actually shows you where all the enemies are around you.
Oh no! I mean, oh good!
I know, right?
Yeah.
You don't want them finding the enemies before they trick them.
I really like the radar in the original Alien movie because it would show like approximate location of enemies coming towards the characters, but with how fast it beeped, as well as how like imprecise it was, or the fact that they couldn't see anything but the dot was getting closer, that was freaky. That was so scary. Second movie was a lot more action focused, not really as scary, but it was good. And then the third movie I never saw, so maybe it was the best, chat. You know, I hear that y'all like Aliens 3, right?
I forgot about that. Your health is in your weapon list.
Your health is in your weapon? Oh no!
So if you want to see like how much you have left, I believe it's in there. Or it could just appear when you take damage. I'm not fully sure, but it's hilarious that, like, they didn't decide, maybe we should put things in other spots. They just use that same spot for everything.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes there's an area called the corner of the screen that people don't look at a whole lot. And sometimes having helpful information in a place that people don't look at a lot is helpful. Whoa, absolutely revolutionary, everybody.
I know, right?
Oh, I was going to show a picture of the Game Gear because, yeah, I was thinking I don't recall there being a reset button, and there isn't because it's just a power switch that I believe that you have at the top left. You've got the D-pad, you have start, and you have A and B. That's what you get. So if you are mapping Game Gear and you map what you believe is the select button, you may be mapping the reset button. Always worth trying all of the controls out before you get into a Kusogrand8 match. Just make sure, like, you understand what the buttons do for the individual system. The Atari Lynx is fairly similar, except it actually does have a reset button rather than just a power switch.
Okay, so Kapow in chat linked some information. So there's no actual reset on, like, the Game Gears and stuff. However, it's built into the, like, CPU that there's a reset in it, so you can access it with, like, controllers and stuff. So,
so there is technically a way to have an input that resets the Game Gear. So if BizHawk has a reset function, it actually is working per the hardware.
Correct.
Interesting. Okay. Oh my gosh, the case that emulation actually has more functions than the original console. You've never seen that happen before. Hey, Crown Murray is on to level 3, and based off of what I'm seeing, Cookies Are Yum has been there, Starman as well. The Lupine one is the only one who hasn't quite made it there yet, I believe. I love Lupine 1 climbing up a ladder and then just turning into the crawl animation and flying up in the air. Is that like the sprite that you have when you take damage? You do your crawling animation?
I believe on the ladder?
That's so... okay. I also like the dude stuck on the wall.
Yeah, they're all stuck to the wall by alien goo. I liked on Crown Murray's screen the 3 guys just stuck one above each other.
Heck yeah. You know, make a tower of dudes. Every house needs a tower of dudes, you know? Oh, jeez. Okay. Crown Murray dropped down and got a little ouchie from the alien. That's fine. I just need a band-aid. Take care of that. Ripley doesn't need band-aids. Doesn't need disinfectant. Her blood is immune to aliens.
Oh. In case you hadn't noticed, there is fall damage.
I hadn't noticed.
I love, like, how so ridiculous some of these falls are, too, and I believe it actually is, like, distance-based how much you take, because I remember taking a very large fall and just dying.
I don't like that. I don't want... like... I mean, I sort of like when games, like, if you fall a long way, it has a little bit of a stun, maybe a tiny bit of damage, but when it gets really painful, that can be a problematic issue. With the Game Gear screen as well being so small, and it being, like, there are a lot of games where you're going to have to make blind jumps on the Game Gear, and it's a very big problem. The developers just had to deal with, like, trying to make a game for a system that just did not have a screen big enough to show everything that you want to show off, you know? And there were some developers that did a good job actually adjusting to that, And then the majority of developers who weren't able to adjust for that. Even Sega had blind jumps developing for their own console. Come on, Sega. Sonic 2 on Game Gear, huge pain in the butt.
Okay, we do have people using continues, so they read the instructions. But I forgot to mention the funniest part about dying in this game is when you die by like an enemy killing you or timeout.
Okay.
You have to start the level over. But for some reason, you die in a pit and it spawns you at the top of the pit. It doesn't really tell you that you've died, but it takes a life.
Well, that is lovely. Thank you for not telling me that I died. Yeah, it should at least be pretty obvious when you die, even if it starts you in the same place. Ernest Evans, for example, will have you fall down for a couple seconds, and then you stand back up, start flashing, and it'll have the life displayed at the top that you have lost a life. That's how you know in Ernest Evans. I can think of... I know that there are some other games that do it kind of well, that have you start in the same place. But, you know, if somebody can be playing a game and die multiple times and not know that they've died, that's a problem. Like, you should know when you're dead.
Yeah,
I mean, except in real life, in which case you're dead, so how would you know, you know?
Yeah, when I was first tested this, I'm like, oh, that's actually really generous. They just spawn you at the top of the pit. And then I learned it took my lives, and I'm like, oh, that's not very generous.
Oh, well, the top person credited with this game, the producer, is Joe Bonar. Thank you very much for your help, Joe. He worked on other games such as... I mean, I see Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat. We've got the Alien Trilogy for PlayStation and Sega Saturn. Jelly Boy for Super Nintendo. Beauty and the Beast for NES and SNES. We've got RoboCop 3 on NES. Back to the Future Part 3. I know I saw somebody with Savage in their credits as well. And that's like the best game for Commodore 60 for something. Commodore 64? Whatever. It's the best game. It's Savage.
But yeah, for those who don't know, the continues, they're located in the options menu for some reason, instead of when you game over, just going, hey, would you like to continue? When I was testing this, I had no idea about it, but my testers did, so that's why these players get the continues.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I still love the fact that Polkey was like, oh my god, this game is horrendous. Especially after you've seen the games Polkey's given out.
I like Polk's game. Well, I like your games too, Ascorian. Yeah, this game is a little bit hard for me to like, simply because it's a collectathon in a lot of areas that look exactly the same. I'm not necessarily... I've never been a big fan of collectathons unless they manage to make the levels flow and feel like you were actually going into unique areas. This game doesn't do that.
Later, the levels do change as you get later into the game.
Okay, but I'm looking at Lupine
honestly...
1. I don't know if Lupine 1 is close to the beginning of the level or close to the end of the level. I don't know.
Oh, that part, yeah. The levels are all set up basically like a maze. That's why we're going to the level reached and then survivors saved on the level, because it'd be really hard to track progress otherwise. Yeah,
after you collect all of the survivors for a level, do you have to go to the end of level? Is there a boss? Like,
I thought that it ended, like my memory told me it ended once you got all of them, but the players have shown me you have to reach a certain spot. So
okay.
But I've only set it to where the level reached and survivors are counted, so
yeah.
After all of them are saved, you still have to escape the level and reach the next one.
I love that we have people in chat debating about whether or not Kusogrand8 is a collectathon. And I would say, yeah, but every collectible is different and punishing in its own way. That's the best way to have a collectathon. Make them unique. Make them different. Like Back to the Future Part 2 and 3, except better than that, you know? Because that game's really, really, really bad, and honestly, nobody wants to play that game. It looks like Lupine 1 got all of the collectibles, aka humans. You know, we're collecting dudes here. It's not the first time we've collected dudes.
Yeah, no. I do say Crowd Murray must have not read my instructions, because they haven't used the continue on any stage. So, unfortunate for them, but I'm pretty sure I can't ping since other players have used the continues already.
In general, if the information had already been pinned, which you did pin saying continues are in the options menu, then that should be something that the players already have, and if other people read the instructions and one person missed a piece, unfortunately, I would say it's pretty obvious that the other players have gotten that. Now, I occasionally will be a little bit kinder when there's a lot of information that's been pinned and give a general reminder, but you had 2 sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it wasn't
when it's
much.
one of the 2 sentences that was pinned as critical information, yeah, you need to read that. Welcome to Kusogrand8. Not going to be the first time that Continue Boss does somebody in, and it's not going to be the last, you know. We really don't know. Starman Random is in a very different looking level. Ooh, it's orange.
That should be level, what, 4?
I think it's 4.
I've got map. I gave the refs map that are partially useful because they're the Sega Master System, which is the same map, but the survivors are in different locations. Don't ask me why they changed it.
Okay,
And
I won't.
That is indeed level 4.
Ew, look at the, like, bloody guts on Starman's
It's like a
screen.
meat factory.
Meat factory. Except, what meat are they eating? Are they eating the humans? Or
I have no clue.
maybe that's the humans like making their own meat, and the aliens are like, nah, we want your meat. Come on, Arby's, give it to us. This is the Arby's level. They've got the meats, and we have to free the hostages as usual. Oh no, Starman died from the grabby hands that you were talking about, Escorian. Starman even said grabby hands. Oh no. Yeah, the chat is also noting that there are a lot of off-screen attacks, and that is one of the problems with a lot of Game Gear games, that because the screen and the visible area is relatively small, it oftentimes ended up being unfair, and it was hard to find the right balance.
These off-screen attacks are not unfair, though. You have a radar that you can just turn on and walk around with. That's the 200 battery symbol.
Oh, like
And it
Cookies Are
shows
Yum
you-
has it up right now.
Yeah, it shows you exactly where all the enemies are.
Okay. So not completely unfair.
Yeah.
Like, still, like, if it shows you where an enemy is, you
I
still
think it
don't know
also-
exactly which kind of enemy or what the enemy's doing, or if the enemy is actually an elevator, which I saw on Cookie's screen. Yeah, a dot showed up for the elevator.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you know, okay, I need to be safe now.
Yeah, that's better than nothing. And more than a lot of games would give you from the era. Honestly, I gotta say.
I'm not sure if the battery actually drains while you have it out, because I was able to go through the whole time. The only problem with that, having the radar up, as you can see, you can't see the timer.
Yeah, if Does the time get strict at any point here? It seems like it's been fairly generous.
Oh no, this timer actually is pretty strict for most levels.
Oh no. I love it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say that I don't love the HUD and how much everything keeps scrolling at the top of the screen. Like, if I were playing this, that would constantly distract me.
Oh, Cookie's on our first boss.
Oh, torch it! Yeah!
There are 5 bosses in total, and, well, as you can see, it's not really a threat.
Yeah, Cookie's on to level 4 right after Starman Random. Now, I do believe Starman had seen that boss before. Just with the choppy stream, it was kind of hard to tell that it was a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buster Curry in chat is asking, is this a hard levels, easy bosses game? And I think it is, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. The biggest threat to the levels is definitely your timer. Because, as I said before, the levels are pretty much maze-like, so you're going to get lost in them. And even if you're like, oh, I remember where this survivor was here, and then you're like, wait, how did I get to this survivor?
At least it's not Resident Evil Survivor, you know? That's not necessarily better or worse, it's just different.
He doesn't realize their elevator right there. I need to see if Cookies is gonna figure this out in time. Or if they think they're in a pit. There we go.
Yeah, it's interesting that, like, reviewers of the time reviewing this version of the game essentially were like, this is, you know, the Game Gear isn't as strong as the Genesis, so don't expect this game to be exactly like the Genesis, but then it's pretty good for what it is. And I'm like, I sort of understand that, you know. I've seen much worse fare for the Game Gear. I've seen a lot of very, very bad games for the Game Gear, and this isn't the worst, by far. This actually is kind of a fun game. Starman Random managed to get through stage 4 onto stage 5. Very nice. However, even the best games on the Game Gear usually have problems just because you're dealing with Master System hardware, essentially, with a smaller screen, and you just... like, you're not going to get something super sophisticated, and anybody trying to port a Master System game to the Game Gear, they actually had to put work into making it fair because of the small screen. Sonic 2 failed at that. They did
another...
Yeah.
But another problem with the Game Gear is it drained the battery so bad.
I never had that. I never used batteries. I always used the AC adapter. Everybody always complained about the battery, but no, I would just sit by an outlet and play for hours. Come on. Hello? Go on a car drive, you get a car adapter, you know, plug it into the cigarette thingy, cigarette burner thingy, and that would be... like, that's enough power to keep your Game Gear running the entire time that you're driving around. Come on, it's not a problem. Just use the freaking adapter.
These are young. You only need one more, but your time, I feel, is running short.
Ooh, Lupine 1 getting some significant lag. This is the first time that I've really seen lag in the game.
Yeah, it does pretty good about not lagging.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it was multiple enemies in the same area or if it's somewhat camera related, because I'm noticing that the camera doesn't, like, it doesn't move strictly up, down, left, or right. It'll sometimes move diagonal depending on how you've moved, and it's just not the typical kind of camera that I would expect from the time. Interesting. It does a lot to show you what's below you, though, and I really appreciate that.
Sega Nomad. I've never even heard of it.
Well, that's because you're always happy. You're nomad.
I'll give you a pity laugh.
That wasn't a good one. That wasn't a good anything. I know Matt game.
Oh!
I happy.
Cookies, you made it.
Yay! Always good to hear that Cookies made it. You know, we can't lose the Cookies. Cookies on to level 5. Lupin 1 on to level 2. Crown Murray, where are you? Level 3. At least you're making progress. It is unfortunate that you haven't figured out how to continue, which it's not super complicated, but you know, it's an important lesson for everybody watching. If you are in a tournament, read the instructions and make sure that you read them again. And then if you've read them again, read them a third time. In general, if the instructions are extremely short, that information is crucial and you should know it. I've seen people copy the information and put it into Notepad so that they have it accessible right on their screen and they don't have to look at Discord, and that is sometimes helpful. Just make sure you can access whatever has been given to you, because that is going to be helpful at some point or another.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel bad for the no continues, but I guess they didn't read my message.
That happens to the best of us. Like, I think that I have lost matches a little bit when it comes, like, when I've played in Kusogrand8, either in the actual bracket when we allowed me to actually play, or when we've done some of the invitational brackets. Like, sometimes it's hard for me to really understand all of the instructions. Sometimes there's just information that doesn't make much sense to me. And honestly, if you really want to see if somebody is going to mess up the instructions, you give them to me. Because if there is a way to take the information the opposite of what you're supposed to do, I'm gonna do that. Okay, one time I was going and looking for a Walmart, and I stopped at a place and asked, like, where is this Walmart? Like, how do I get there? They gave me directions, and I tried to follow them and ended up in the middle of the forest, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's not a Walmart out here. I don't think I went the right way. You know, and I kept driving a little bit more. I'm like, there's no way there's a Walmart out here. Yeah, I literally, they told me to turn, and my mind was like, oh, obviously that means don't turn. Why? Because I'm stupid, apparently. That's just how, like, if you give me an address, don't give me instructions to follow, because I will mess it up.
My partner gets lost in a straight line, so I know that feeling.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. Whenever I'm going somewhere new or traveling or something, I have a very laissez-faire approach where it's like, I'll get there and then I'll figure out how to actually do anything or where any locations are. If I travel to a convention, for example, most of the time I'll fly to the airport and then I'm like, okay, now which hotel am I going to? I don't even know that right now. Let's look it up and then let's see what's the easiest way to actually get there. Why? Because if I think about it beforehand, I'm going to forget and need to look it up anyway. Of course, there have been a couple times where I'm like, oh, I actually showed up early and don't have a hotel room tonight because I was stupid.
So, some good news.
Yes.
Cookies Are Yum and Starman are actually on the same level.
Ooh.
And it does look like Starman's leg has cleared up.
Oh, very nice.
So, good luck, refs. Keep it...
We've defeated Comcast. Comcast is done. Crown Murray, unfortunately falling into a stationary fan and dying. Don't you hate it when the non-moving blades chop you up?
Yeah. I also love how it doesn't tell you you lost a life too. But I'm pretty sure they figured it out by now.
Hopefully, yeah.
Oh, Cookies, you were so close.
Lupine 1 is on to the boss, and the boss is probably... I love that this boss just conveniently jumps over you every time.
I like how the boss doesn't get its own stage. It's just boss of stage 3. The best way to deal with this thing is just a flamethrower. It melts it. Otherwise, when you damage it, I think it just spits these orbs at you. Hey, Lupine's third.
Cookies are yum. Appears to be back at the beginning of the game. I do not believe they used continues. That or ran out of continues, I'm not sure. But yeah, simply put, continue bosses being an actual boss today. Kind of surprising, honestly. But yeah, it's been a boss for multiple players here, and that's usually a sign that you designed something wrong. Like, if people can't intuitively figure out your continue system, even after being told how to do it, and it's multiple people who haven't been able to do it, yeah, that's a game problem. That's something that generally you hope that you catch when you have other people test it, so that you can make it more intuitive for people in the future.
Like I said, when I was testing this, I did not know about the continues myself. And boy, was it hard to go through with like 3 lives.
Oh yeah, 3 lives for this entire game? Like this? There are a lot of levels. There are at least 6 levels?
15.
Okay, yeah, nobody's beating this.
No. I was hoping we'd get to see at least level 10. Because...
Oh, Starman, that was such a good fall. I love it.
But, we might see it. Starman is already on level 6, so...
You like level 10?
Oh, yeah. Level 10 has a bunch of hidden walls you have to go through.
And by hidden walls, you mean not hidden walls. Because the walls are apparent, the passageway is hidden.
Correct.
I love how, like, everybody immediately knows what you mean when you say hidden wall, but it's the opposite of what you actually mean. But we all know.
Starman just blew himself up with a grenade. My favorite animation in this game is definitely dropping a grenade while you're on a ladder. And I don't think we'll see anyone do that. But what happens is, it looks like Ridley's just pooping the grenade out. And I'm very childish, and that amuses me.
I love that. I still like whenever anybody takes damage while they're climbing a ladder. That's probably my favorite sprite, because it changes to the crawling animation, and you just plummet straight down while in that animation. It's so good. Oh no, Lupine 1 got the hand!
And the best part is you get, when you're falling, you take fall damage when you hit the ground.
Oh, yeah. Okay, 2 more hostages, 2 more victims.
I guess, technically, well, I'd say, I call them survivors.
Okay. Yeah, that seems a little bit more appropriate. Like, the aliens don't really want anything from Ridley. Like,
oh, there's the last one.
They don't want, like, $100,000. That's not why they're here. They're just kind of hungry.
Oh, the alien through the vent was good.
Then again, you can take hostage just to get, like, a McDonald's burger. Like, there have been people who've done that. Not the best use of your time. You take a McDonald's
burger hostage when you order it?
I don't think a burger can be a hostage.
I mean, what was the name of the mayor burger guy?
Oh, okay.
I think he'd disagree with you.
I guess
we got another boss.
But I don't think he was a hostage. I think they just put him in prison and had no intentions to release him. Like, hostage implies that there's a condition in which they survive, you know?
Yeah, but you just said a cheeseburger can't be a hostage.
Fine, okay, Mayor McBurger could be a hostage at some point, okay? I don't even care. Put him in, go ahead, make him your hostage. Just eat him for all I care.
we got the bouncy alien. He just bounces around and then shoots at you. You don't even need to see it on screen. You can just fire it from...
It's cute. Honestly, more aliens need to bounce. Oh no, Starman! Death from bouncy alien. But I don't believe anyone else has made it to this boss. Starman appears to be in the lead still, doing a very good job here. Unfortunately, bouncy alien is kind of being a butt. I love that it bounces around and then it like shoots a very slow bullet at you.
Yeah, you can pretty much hide under that left side and just shoot it. But obviously our players don't know that. When I said these bosses are trivialized, it very much... they're trivial.
Yeah. Starman is trying to use the flamethrower, which worked great against the first boss, but I do not think this is the right weapon for this boss.
No, you just fire your gun. Starman is running out of time, though.
Oh, yeah. I think Starman may lose this fight. Like, I don't know if he's been landing any hits at all. Okay. And there we go. That is game over. And Starman going back to the title screen. You can go to the configure menu, though, and continue. Yes.
2 continues left.
Very nice. And it starts you right here. Very nice.
Yeah, the bosses are considered their own levels, but for some reason they didn't write level, they just said boss.
Yeah, Starman, like, this fight is not super difficult. You just need to, like, either time your shots correctly or just keep shooting. Oh, you can shoot straight up and hit the boss? What?
Yep. Starman's got it now.
This is... Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Video Game Design School. As it turns out, you can make a AAA game... I don't know if this would be considered AAA. You can make a game... I
don't think it's AAA.
Whatever. It's quadruple A, you know? We've moved into that era, and you can make a game like that where the bosses are actually very easy once people figure out where to stand.
Welcome to the green zone.
And then actually get relatively decent reviews. Like, obviously, the reviews said that this isn't as good as the other versions of the game, but they're like, it's okay. It's for brainy people. If you have brains, you might like Alien 3.
Oh, Crown Murray's on level 4? That's pretty good, considering I don't think they've learned about the continue system.
As a matter of fact, Crown Murray is on the level with the purple background. Is that level 4?
Yes.
I mean, Lupine 1 is there as well, yeah. Oh yeah, this is the Arby's level.
They do have a chance to take 3rd place.
Now, as a recap, Starman is in the lead, making it all the way to level 7. Clades is a ref and is not playing. Cookies Are Yum has made it to level 6. And then finally, Lupine 1 and Crown Murray have made it to the same level, but Lupine 1 has saved more hostages on that level, and thus would be considered in 3rd. Now, Lupine 1 is actually on level 5 as well, which looks a lot like the level that Cookies Are Yum is on. Are these different levels?
Yes, or Cookies, never mind. Honestly, I'm not sure, because the way every 3 levels basically have the same background.
Okay.
So I'll admit it's hard for the refs to tell, but luckily it says, when they first go to the level, it says what level they're on.
Oh, we're seeing I saw the grenade drop on Cookie's screen. Okay.
I love it. It's so silly. Like, she even does a little crouching animation when she drops it.
And there we go. Cookies Are Yum is through. Moving on to the next level. We can easily see which level it is. Cookies Are Yum, though, remember, everybody, we judge based off of their high watermark. So even if Cookies had made it to level 6 before, which I believe they had, going back to level 5 isn't any more, or it doesn't undo any of the progress that they have made. Now, this is a chance that Cookies can start actually getting caught back up.
Using the radar again, which I believe is the correct move.
Definitely a good idea there.
I just realized the music's different.
Oh, this music is a bop.
Yeah, my brain was actually zoning out the music completely. So I got surprised, like, oh, wait, this is different music.
Well, I mean, the music was made by Matt Furness. And, they're only kind of a legend when it comes to video game music. I mean, come on, he did the music for Zool Remastered. Okay, but for real, for Pitfall, The Mayan Adventure, which is great music, for some of the Mortal Kombat ports, Boogerman, A Pick and Flick Adventure, but more seriously, we've got the Lion King for Genesis. We've going back, RoboCop 3, Pugsy, Cool Spot, which the best thing about that game is the music, various Bart games, Marble Madness for Game Gear and Sega Master System, Trivial Pursuit, come on, Trivial Pursuit. It's a freaking bop.
We might actually get to see level 10. I hope we do. But,
Tubin?
Because, oh god.
I don't know about the Game Boy Color version, but at least the MSX Amstrad CPC, ZX Spectrum, Commodore 64, and Amiga versions of Tubin. Space Harrier 2.
Yeah, some pretty good music.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt Furness is absolutely a legend. Other people in chat, by the way, are pointing out Ripley's climbing animation when going up and down ladders. And yeah, that's pretty much the perfect animation. It's really endearing, actually. Surprisingly smooth and fast and articulated. You don't really get to see that in a whole lot of games of the era. Usually it's like 2 frames, maybe 3 frames, but they actually put some work into this.
Yeah, like the art style for the whole game, like, sure, the levels could use some variety difference, but, like, it's really good sprite work. Oh, hey, Lupine 1 is on level 6. So they're right behind Cookies.
Yay!
Brown seems to be killing themselves?
I mean, sometimes that happens. That's life.
Armin commented they think the elevator broke? I don't know how long ago that was. Oh no, that was recent, so I don't think it's broke.
I don't know. Elevator broken, who dis? Yeah, we have no idea if the elevator is indeed broken or if you need to go and like drop a grenade on the thing to the left or stand on like there's something weird with the floor to the left that Starman keeps jumping over, and I'm curious if that is anything.
I think that might be a pressure plate.
Well, in that case...
Oh, hey, Crown figured out the elevator. That's good.
Yeah, very nice. Well, we'll go ahead and see what Starman does. It looks like they're either paused or the stream is just running issues, which is a known thing. Comcast, unfortunately, has become an alien and is invading Starman's base. It's terrifying.
Us.
You never want Comcast to do that. Holy crap.
Comcast has invaded my internet.
Stop it, Comcast! Stop it! Leave me alone! Leave us all alone!
It does look like Starman dropped. However, Starman is recording, so...
Yep, Starman has said that they will keep streaming and, you know, keep doing a local recording just in case we need to review. At the same time, I do not believe... Oh, I love the speed up when the stream comes back. I don't think anybody else can really pass Starman at this point.
It's a chance still. I'd say, considering they're on level 6, they have a boss fight and only 2 levels to go through. The time limit on most levels are only like 5 minutes, so they have a chance to make it. In fact, Cookies is currently on the boss.
Yeah, Cookies Are Yum is also doing the slow strat of shoot while the boss jumps down. Starman is just waiting for the time to run out.
Starman says they enjoy this game, so hey.
Yeah, Starman's like, even with being trapped down here, I'm kind of having fun with this game. The thing is, like, games can have flaws and still be enjoyable. Heck, games can be absolutely, like, almost unplayable and still be fun. We have seen plenty of those games on Kusogrand8. Like, enjoyment isn't necessarily tied to quality or tied to perfection, which, I don't know, should make everybody feel a little more okay with being less perfect themselves, you know? These are giant companies that put out these, or relatively big companies that put out these games. Probe made so many games, you know?
Cookies hasn't figured out you can shoot straight up at the boss yet. And they don't realize they're not damaging the boss. So when you damage the boss, you see those circles fly off of it. Oh.
Pew 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 pew, pew 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 pew, pew pew pew.
I actually have gotten a lot of games in Kusogrand8 that I know are bad, but I personally love them and have gone back to them.
Yeah, there's a reason, like, people talk about movies being cult classics, and a lot of times the movies are not nearly as well funded as other movies. And I think that video games, there are a lot of cult classics that fit into the realm of Kusoge, but that people genuinely enjoy in one way or another. Sure, it might be a little bit funny how it looks like you're pooping out grenades, but that's, you know, that's not just incidental, oh, this part we ignore. That's part of the charm. Sometimes you poop a grenade. And that's life.
But Cookies is on level 7. If they can, like, speed run through the stage, they have a chance of passing up Starman.
Starman is having a very hard time grabbing that specific victim. There we go. Yeah, Cookies making a fantastic push. This is going to actually be pretty close between the players.
But as for Crown, Murray, and Lupine, they actually are right next to each other as well. So we could see third and fourth chains up. Oh, everyone gets got by that alien, and I love it. Not even facing towards the ladder, just sitting at the top, facing away, and then boop.
Boop. My name is
So if Crown Murray
Ridley
could
Alien.
find 8 survivors, if they find 8, they take third. So this is close. They have plenty of time to do it too.
Oh my gosh, the lag on Crown Murray's screen. It's like as soon as there is more than one alien in the vicinity, the game chugs. It's like I can't handle it, too many aliens. Y'all said you were gonna get rid of them. Why are there still aliens here? What is going on?
Clearly 3 aliens is too many. But also part of... Crown Murray's out of bullets. Luckily they have flamethrower.
Yeah. Sometimes just shooting fire out. Like, the flamethrower actually kills these aliens super fast. Oh no!
There it is!
Alien butt! Game over!
Oh, I love that alien so much. Now the question is, does Crown... Nope. Goes right into the game. Crown Murray, you didn't read my instructions!
Well, everybody, let this be a lesson. Password boss and continue boss are real bosses, and even if you do very well, they can get you. They're here to eat you. Yeah, it's one of those things that if you mess up once and it ends up costing you a match, you're probably going to notice in the future. But, you know, the best thing is to never be a victim to it if you can prevent it. So try to make sure you read the instructions. And if you miss it, well, at least you'll learn for next time. Yeah, there's still no shame, you know. Everybody here, there has to be a 4th place player, even among this match of 10-point players here. Somebody is going to come in last. It just means that it's going to make it a little bit harder to get into the bracket for Crown Murray, and that's fine. You know,
Yep.
They could still definitely do it. Well, breathe a sigh of relief because everybody, this is time. We are done with Alien 3 for Game Gear. And as it stands, let me go and take a look because it got very close for the players. But I believe Starman was still a level ahead of Cookies Are Yum per the ref sheet, which means that Starman would be our victor. Cookies second. I believe Lupine 1/3 and Crown Murray 4th. That is the order that I see. If the referees correct anything, then we go based off of what they say. Otherwise, that is what it looks like to me. And I'm going to go ahead and let Starman know that we would love to chat.
Starman's already in general, actually.
Aha, thank you. Hello, Starman, and congratulations. You've taken your first place in a row.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, seriously, you did good.
Even if the elevator mishap, I was still enjoying the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were looking at that elevator, and I was thinking, is there a switch down there? There was some weird thing, like, sticking up a little bit. Maybe you could drop a grenade on it or something. I don't know.
I think what happened there, because the second time I got there, the elevator was there just fine.
Okay.
I think something got misaligned, and then I got sucked through the floor into a realm of never leaving.
Oh,
So I took a little break.
No, don't get sucked. We already had enough big sucks during Home Alone, too. Why did you get a big suck in this one?
I don't know. I think the elevators override any null collision. So if you're on one, you just go to the floor.
Well, that's okay. Like, you still made a really good push. Cookies Are Yum was starting to catch up to you. They got pretty close, but nobody else made it to that level, and you just had such a solid push pretty constantly through this game. You did very well. Like, what was your main strategy going into this? Like,
Memorize level layouts mostly.
That's very important. It's very mazy.
It was extremely mazy, and there were friendly hugs from Xenomorphs all over the place.
Yeah. I know I saw people die to stationary enemies. Of course, traps all around. We saw everybody get grabbed by some of the hands that were just like a single pixel that popped out of the wall and was like, gotcha.
Yeah, there's like 2 in level 1, and like they kind of tapered off after the first world. I don't know why, but they did. I'm happy for it.
Yeah, that's fair. Probably a good idea, you know? Like, gotchas are only fun for so long. Yeah, what did you enjoy the most about the game? Since you're saying that you kind of enjoyed it, what did you like?
There's actually There's a decent bit of like treasurizing of the weapons. I didn't use eyes as much as I could have. There's sometimes where I realize like the rocket launcher shoots straight upwards if you're on the ladder. It's very handy if you have like a whole bunch of aliens camping them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that you're right, that there was a decent amount of variety.
Sometimes you could drop grenades down. It's just...
Yeah, I loved seeing you use the flamethrower against the second boss because I was like, I don't think it's hitting. I think that this is the wrong weapon. But then you quickly... You figured out your second attempt that you could just basically stand in a single place. You're completely safe and you could just, take your time and kill the enemy, kill the boss using your machine gun. Yeah, that ended up working out just fine. It's kind of silly how much the bosses were pushovers in the game.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the third boss would... I mean, it would be the same sprite, I'm sure. But I'm wondering what the third boss would... This jumping power ribbon would have done like something similar if it had slight variation.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite things about the game personally was the music. Like, some of the levels genuinely had bops, and we looked, it was Matt Furness, who is a music legend in the industry, who did the music for this, and it made sense to me why it was so good. I was just surprised to see Matt Furness associated with this game.
I guess they had to get something. Because unless you're weird like me, this is probably not going to appeal to most people.
Yeah. And, for me, a collectathon, I don't really love collectathons, especially when the levels are mazy, but at the same time, they were compact enough that it didn't seem like you were doing too much of a slog, even when players went back and played levels again. Like, once they knew where things were, they could get through the levels relatively quickly, and that's one thing that I'm very grateful for with a game like this. Honestly, for the Game Gear, this might be one of the better games that I've seen. That doesn't mean that it doesn't belong here in Kusogrand8. I still think it does. But, I kind of enjoy it.
It absolutely does. I had fun with it. It's not good.
I do gotta ask you, did you know when you fell in a pit, it instantly killed you and respawned you at the top?
I figured that out after the game over.
Oh,
okay.
No.
I love how the game doesn't tell you that. You, every time you die, it takes you back to the start and resets all the survivors. But for some reason, those pits...
Those one pits are insta-kills, respawn you right at them, and...
Oh, yeah.
They also disappear after the first world, which somehow makes the first world the hardest.
Wait. Someone in chat is saying that the insta-kills don't heal you? If it takes away a life, but it doesn't actually restore health if you get the insta-kill? That's not fair.
Yes, that is correct.
Aha!
So you can absolutely you can absolutely lose the game to them.
Oh my
But
gosh.
but they will not give you all the other benefits of dying, which is funny.
That is so stupid. Like, okay, I'm personally offended on everyone's behalf here because that is really ridiculously dumb. And yeah, Cookies Are Yum in chat is saying that happened to them multiple times, falling into a pit, only having 25 HP after that and dying again shortly after. Brutal, absolutely brutal. Okay, video game devs, hear me out. If somebody dies, give them their health back, please.
Just make all deaths similar. Like, I'm pretty sure if you run out of time, it takes all your lives.
Yeah.
Instead of just one.
I ran out of time a couple times. It takes a life.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Just takes a life? I saw you go to the continues, or like need to continue a couple times when you did that.
I think I might have been on my last life for some of those because I know I died, priced my time out, and went straight back to the start of the stage.
Okay. That's a little bit nicer, and considering that it still keeps the survivors that you rescued, that's a little helpful. Still, the timer was a bit strict. I don't know if it was necessary in this game, except for the soft lock that you had.
That soft lock was so funny. I'm like, I fell into this pit, and the elevator just decided not to work today. Oh no, it went down. It went down into the ground, and apparently there's an entire unused section of the level down there.
Oh, then maybe you did break it.
You might have broken the game in ways that we just didn't see, and I would recommend other people go check out the VOD if you want to check out how bad Starman broke the game. Also, whenever you stream something and make a local recording, everybody, you are welcome to use the footage in other places, so you can always take a look at that later, Starman, and if you want to share it with people, feel free, okay?
Okay.
I think we need to move on to the next game. Is there anything that you'd like to plug before we take off?
Not right now.
Okay.
I'm good. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have fun with the rest of the day.
Thank you, Starman, and thank you, Ascorian.
And thank you, Starman, for filling in last minute.
No,
yeah,
problem. That's always helpful. Thank you. All right, take care, both of you.
Bye.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Bye. Well, everybody, I'm going to run a quick ad. Go ahead and use the restroom. Be back in just a couple minutes, and we will do the reveal for game number 3 of 4. Stay tuned.